In this video, we talk about the first-time homebuyer incentive program, recently announced by the federal government. How does it work? Who qualifies? Pros and cons, as well as what information we're still missing. That's starting right now.
Welcome to Homebuyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, Carl here, and welcome to another Homebuyer School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. And remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies from the experts, hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. So today, I'm talking with Mushtaba Sayed, mortgage specialist with Bank of Montreal, used to be TD Canada
Used
Trust.
to be TD, yes, that's right.
And today, the really popular topic that we're going to talk about is the first-time homebuyer incentive that the federal government just launched. So Mo, I know this program was just announced in the federal budget, and so can you give me a brief overview, knowing that they haven't fully provided all the information on the program?
Yeah, absolutely, Carl. So we don't have a lot of information about it. The stuff that we have found out about it seems like a great program. Based on government calculations, it should help bring in 100,000 new first-time home buyers into the market, which is great. So the way it does, first part of the program is to have actually increased the RSP contribution limit for first-time home buyers from 25,000 to 35,000, which definitely helps in this day and age when house prices are a lot higher than they used to be. And the second program is called the First-Time Home Buyer Incentive Program. So the way it works is that traditionally, if you were buying a home, for example, for 400,000, you would need to come up with a minimum of 5% down, which is 20,000, which would then give you a mortgage amount to be about 380,000. Based on the new incentive program, you buying a house for 400,000, you still have to come up with your 5% down of 20,000, but then CMHC will take an equity stake in your home, meaning that will give you the 10% of the purchase price, which could equate to 40,000 in this scenario. So your mortgage would actually drop to 340,000, and you actually qualify on that 340 compared to 380 based on the previous scenario. So that's a monthly savings of over $222. And that, for some people, is just enough for them to beat the stress test to get into their perfect home.
So Mo, just to clarify, because I always thought when you took the stress test, you took it on the full $400,000. Let's say you were buying a $400,000 home. But what you're saying is, first of all, from a stress test perspective, the stress test only applies to the mortgage amount. So even if you put 5% down, which is 20,000, the stress test qualifies you for, the stress test applied to 380.
That's correct.
But now with a 10% stake that CMHC is putting in, that would be 15%.
That was a total of 15%, so it drops down the mortgage amount to 340, and now the stress test is being on 340, which is $40,000 less, and for a lot of first-time home buyers, that's just enough for them to get in, which is great.
And remember, if you want to know more about the mortgage stress test, you can watch our video up here and in the description below. So Mo, in terms of when they obviously say first-time home buyer incentive, how did they calculate who qualifies as a first-time home buyer according to this program?
Yeah, so to qualify for the first-time home buyers, like can't have a home before, or it can't be less, if you've owned a home for less than 4 years and then you're buying it again, then you would not be considered to be a first-time home buyer. And for this incentive program, it's very specific. You would need to have a household income of around no more than $120,000. And your mortgage amount with CMHC can't be more than $480,000. So there is a limit. You can't go out and buy a $700,000, $800,000 house with this program. It is specifically designed for first-time home buyers, right? It is because they're the market that they really want to focus on and really want to increase.
So can you tell me a little bit about the pros and the cons, in your opinion, of this program?
I think it's a great program. In my opinion, there's not too much known about it right now, but I definitely see the pros outweighing the cons. The pros are, once again, the government's thinking 100,000 first-time new home buyers that can be brought into the market because of this program, which is great. Homeownership has always been a dream for a lot of Canadians. This would really help them get there. And what it does, it helps clients and buyers kind of deal with the stress test so they can actually get in sooner, right? So, and the cons just could be, we just don't know enough about it at the moment right now, but it seemed like a great program.
Cool. So, and when you touched on missing information, what are we still missing that we're kind of looking forward to over the next couple months?
Yeah, the interesting thing is that since it's considered to be an equity shared stake with CMHC, So CMHC, when they give you that 10%, there actually is like a 10% equity stake that they have taken into the property. So technically, you could be the 90% owner and CMHC is a 10% owner. We just don't know how repayment is going to look like. We don't know if repayment is going to be right away at the time that you sell. If the property appreciates in value, would they get an appreciated amount? Would it be the same amount as what they've given you? Are they going to charge an interest rate or anything like that to kind of give this incentive? A lot of that information will be rolled out in the next few months. A lot of people do have a lot of questions. As soon as we find out more, we can discuss it for sure.
Perfect. Simo, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I would say it's a great program. There's a lot of information that's still missing. So I would say definitely subscribe to the site, stay tuned. So as soon as we get more information rolled out in the next few months, we'll definitely get it over to you guys as soon as possible. I did forget to mention one thing. So the way it works with the CMHC incentive program, so it's 10% of a brand new built home. So for example, if you're buying with Brookfield, it's a brand new home, never newly constructed, it would be 10%. If you're buying an existing home, then CMHC would do an equity stake of 5%. So there is a difference there. As soon as we find out more why that difference is there, we'll definitely get that information out to you as well.
Perfect. So the question of the day I have for you is, will you be using the first-time homebuyer incentive? Will it actually make you more likely to buy a home this year or in the future? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyersschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.